Happening right now, MoDOT hearing from community members about a study to improve a section of I-70. That area stretches between US 40 and the Paseo.
So keep in mind they're discussing infrastructure improvements and trying to reconnect communities that have previously been divided by the highway. KSHB 41 News anchor Brian Madrick is live outside Linwood YMCA where that meeting is happening now. Bryant?
Hey, good afternoon. Well, that meeting happening right now behind me, and this is all about the past, the present, and the future. At the moment, they're talking about the future with community members about what this project would mean for a lot of them in their neighborhoods. But when it comes to the present, we're talking about issues that a lot of people deal with all the time, like traffic jams and crashes and crumbling infrastructure. But you can't talk about improvements on the road without talking about the past and the neighborhoods that were around before the highways were even constructed. Interstate 70 cuts through many neighborhoods. One of them is on Kansas City's east side. Rachel Riley says one benefit to having a highway in your neighborhood is convenience.
If I got off on the wrong exit, I literally can get back on in less than a minute.
The downside, trash, lots of it.
Back when I was coming up, the trash, the debris, and the things along the highway, that was not present.
Riley is president of a neighborhood association called the East 23rd Street PAC. She hopes blight along the highway is included in discussions MoDOT plans to have about improving a stretch of I-70 between the Paseo and US 40. MoDOT says they want to look at ways to address safety and congestion with infrastructure improvements. They add another goal is to reconnect the neighborhoods which were separated by the original construction of the interstate.
These highways divided communities.
For historical understanding, we turn to Dr. Carmeletta Williams with the Black Archives of Mid-America. She says she knows this topic personally because it happened to her neighborhood.
The purpose of putting it through was so that white people who lived in the suburbs could have an easier way to get to their jobs downtown. It had nothing to do with those communities, those black and those brown communities, those people who actually lived in those spaces.
Back on the east side, Raleigh wants talk to turn into action.
While we're waiting and talking about the I-70 improvement, let's improve around the bridges, the blight, the trash, the oppression that we in our community see every day.
And speaking of action, we should get a better idea in terms of what this project will look like later on this year, and construction could begin, it's anticipated, by 2024. Meanwhile, this meeting, it continues until 6 o'clock. Reporting live from Brian Madrick, KSHB 41 News.